your dream team. Has anybody ever worked on a dream team? Anyone ever had a job where they've thought, don't let anybody leave, this is just the perfect group of people to have together? Anyone had that experience? Anyone had the nightmare team? Yeah? Where you just cross your fingers every week that some of them are going to resign. Yeah? Or someone else will want them. If you've ever worked in HR like me, you'll know that there are times when you need to help people find, this is how we put it nowadays, you need to help them find their next employment opportunity. Yes, has anyone ever been helped to find their next employment opportunity? Exactly. They decided to do a dream team, and as Robin said, it's quite appropriate with the Olympics going on. Who's been watching the Olympics? I'm a bit of an ice skating fan myself. I like the precision things rather than the fast things. For some reason, that's my thing. But the idea of the dream team, as she said, actually came from, this dream team in the Olympics. I think, wasn't it Roy and HG who did the whole dream team thing when our Olympics were on? But it's also, some of us do it casually too. We say, okay, what would be a dream cricket team? If you could have anybody from any era, who would you put in the one team? Doesn't matter that they're actually dead, but we'll try and put together this team. So we love this concept of a dream team. And so, in thinking about it this morning, it's one of those factors, one of those things that are going to help us create that dream team. Because that's what a lot of organisations are looking to have. If you've got a dream team, it's a whole lot less work if you're managing. So who here in the room is a manager of some description? Right? Who's what I call a pseudo-manager? You're like a good resemblance to a manager. That doesn't mean you're doing a bad job at it. But who is, sometimes if you're a senior PA, if you're a HR person, you don't actually got leader in their title, but you are taking over that role, or sadly, you could be taking over the role of the manager or leader because nobody else will do it. Right? This whole concept of self-managed teams, you find that people still will want someone to be in charge. So I've got my own theories on what it is that creates this dream team. And that's what I want to take a look at this. I had a theory about the stages that people go through in their enjoyment of work. Who right now is really enjoying their job? Who's going, I'm really glad I work there. Right? Okay, that's some people. All right. Where are the people who are too afraid to answer the question because their manager is sitting in the room? Yeah. And we all go through stages of how, and the technical term we use is how engaged we are in our job, how much passion we have for it, how much we want to get out of bed in the morning when the alarm clock goes off. And I have a theory about there are 4 stages that people go through with this. Now, the very first stage, anyone here in their first job? Anyone here new to the workplace? We've got a couple, we've got one. Oh, one brave little hand over here. You get a highlight pen just for that. Right, so it's your first job? Yeah. You brave? Yeah. You enjoyed it? So far? Which one's your manager? Which one at the table is your manager? Right? Of course. And I'm just looking for a name here. Jared. Okay, so Jared's in his first job, and I'm sure he's doing a brilliant job, isn't he, manager?
Oh, he's going all right.
He's going all right.
No, that's okay.
Now I've learned, I lived in the Northern Territory for 3 years. I'm from Sydney originally, went to the Territory, now here in Brisbane. But I've learned that is the Australian male way of saying he's brilliant. Right? Because he couldn't actually say he's brilliant, could we? Because then it would give him a big ego. Yes, this is how we work in this country. If you're not from Australia, there's a little life lesson for you. But seriously, Jared's in his first job. He is what I might describe, and please take this the right way, Jared, he's what I might describe as a green employee. He's got a great attitude. He's gone, right, workplace, here I come. I'm going to really get in there and do it. But maybe his skills need a little bit of work. Would that be true? There's a couple of things you can still learn? Yeah. And he's prepared to learn them. He's going to ask a lot of questions, which is often why people of this generation get into trouble, because they ask too many questions, don't they? Yeah? But why, Chris? And you're going, because I said so. Doesn't really work. So he's like, now occasionally it does go away by itself. A person might be having some kind of personal issue, it's affecting their work performance, and that gets resolved. Wouldn't it be nice if you as their employer were able to assist them with that in some way? Not fix it for them, but at least give them some flexibility to work through it. So what happens, we get mean, and we've got a final category there. Has anyone noticed that there's a little rhyme going on in here? Yes, okay. So my final category, this is a person who has been mean for so long that not only has their attitude been bad for a long time, but their skills are slipped. They don't bother keeping up to date with what's going on in their industry or occupation. They don't come to breakfast like this because they'd be going, I'm not getting out of bed that early. You're paying me extra for that? And you're giving me parking? Who's taking my kids to school, etc. This person, their attitude is gone and so are their skills. And that's why I call them the has-been. Okay, as opposed to the never was. Who's ever employed a never was? Like you get in on the first day and you go, who was that at the interview? Because it wasn't you. Just like they sent their evil twin to work instead of them turning up. But there has been, there has a few other names out there. In fact, I've listed a few of them in the book. Sometimes they're called road warriors, ROAD, retired on active duty. And cave dwellers, citizens against virtually everything. And there are more and more names like that. But, this is the kind of person who, look, they have been mismanaged over the years. Because a lot of the ways that managers deal with this person is instead of going, right, I'm going to sit down and have a talk to them and figure out what's going on and resolve this, they go, oh, it's too hard, let's transfer them to the Toowoomba office. Is there anybody here from Toowoomba? Better be careful. I usually say Ipswich, but I know there are a few Ipswich people here today, so I thought I would go field. But we'll transfer them to some other department or some other part of the company, yes? And hope that manager will deal with it, or that'll fix the problem, and it doesn't. And what we sometimes do is transfer them to something that's below their skill levels, doomed to failure, some project, some going nowhere department, and we hope they'll leave. And that section actually becomes known as the departure lounge. And you want to give them boarding passes so they can go there. It's a bit sad. So here's what I want to do, a bit of audience participation. Just have a quick chat at your table and be as honest as you can. If we're coming back to this point of a dream team, obviously you want as many people who are green and keen, don't you? And as few that are mean and has-beens. What does your team look like right now? Don't name them, particularly if you've got colleagues at your table. But let's talk percentages. What percentage of your team would you say are in the upper quadrants who are green and keen versus mean? And generate a lot of discussion. Here's what I don't want you to do. I do not want you to go back to your workplace and start going around asking people, are you green, keen, mean, or a has-been? Some of you might be thinking, gee, can I rate my clients that way as well? Today isn't about customer service, but yes, there are times when you do need to help your clients find the next supplier opportunity, aren't there? All right, but is there anyone out there honest enough, because there are a few prizes to give away here, who thought that they've got a really good percentage, high percentages in those green and keen areas? Oh, quite a few hands. Right, let's go to the girls over here. Right, so you put your hand up really fast. I'm trying to read your name that. You got a name that, John? No, Susie. Okay, so where do you work, Susie? Can we do a plug? Cover. And what do you guys do?
Insurance broking.
Right, so if you need good insurance brokers, Cover, they're paying you in the rate. So what percentage of your team would you say are green and keen? 85%. That's pretty good. How many of them are sitting at this table, so you had to say that? 100%.